Hello and welcome to another episode of Train Sim World 2, where I'm doing my best to drive virtual locomotives without causing major disaster. Or do I? Before I begin today's episode, I would like to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and use that bell to make sure you won't miss out on any content from me. I would also like to encourage you to join my Discord server, where you can interact with me and other Train Sim World fans, talk about the game in general, share some cool journeys that you did, or just chill. You can find link in description down below the video. Right, welcome back in second episode of Schnellfahrstrecke Köln journey that I've begun in previous episode. And I'm super excited to show you this episode. I know I'm not the best driver of those trains, especially when I'm using all the safety systems. But it's very rewarding when you get it right. And hopefully today I won't mess it up. So, let's crack on, let's jump into the game, and let's see how I did. Okay, here we are in Schnellfahrstrecke Köln scenario or route. Let's continue our journey. Chapter 1, Talented Takeover, is going to be our next mission. As you may see, I have finished that before. I did that during like first impressions video about Train Sim World 2. But back then, I've been using all the UI elements. I've been using all the stopping markers and all that stuff. I also haven't been using all the safety systems, so the game wasn't as challenging as it may be. And today you will see that it can be really challenging. Right, so let's crack on to it. Okay, so here we are. Welcome to Diren. This is an RE9 service from Köln, calling at all stations to Aachen HBF. Open the doors to commence boarding. Okay, so the doors are opened. I just need to quickly jump off, turn on SIFA, and turn on PZB. It's gonna take a while before they initialize. And the passengers are now loaded. I can close the doors. Perfect. So all I have to do now is to wait for my departure. Okay. We can now crack on. Train is now moving. And as you can see, our speed is limited to 45 kilometers per hour. This happens every time you initialize PZB. It also automatically limits your speed when the speed limit falls below 50 kilometers per hour, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, the system basically knows what your speed limits are. Okay, that was SIFA. As always, I slightly missed it, and that's why you actually could hear that awful buzzer. We need to leave the speed limit zone and let PZB to initialize properly in order to be able to speed up a little bit more. There we go. Now that we can properly speed up, I can set the cruise control to 160 kilometers per hour. Reset SIFA. So obviously, it always takes some time before you get used to all the alerters that you now have to worry about. Which keeps you a little bit more distracted from the road. And you have to keep an eye on the road, or on the tracks in order to spot all the signs that are present on that route. Because one of the good things about German railways is that their signaling and signs along the rails are very, very informative, as opposed to other railways that you might see in Train Sim World 2. In fact, I think German railways have so far the best signaling I've seen. I haven't been playing TGV, which was added in one of the DLCs. Sadly, I do not own that DLC in particular. But at some point I might get there, and that will be another good and interesting challenge to take. Right, we still got roughly 3 minutes and 15 seconds to reach our next destination. We should easily be able to achieve that. Oh, there we go, that's ICE. SIFA again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I keep missing that. Right, I will soon be able to slow down. I think when I pass 46.8, yeah? No, 42.8 marker, I will be able to slow down a bit. Yeah, that's 45.8. Oh, 46. Okay, okay, okay. 46.2. So we are going up. 46.4. There we go. And 46.6. SIFA again. I will now set my speed to 80. Might be a little bit preemptive, but I just want to make sure that I can slow down on time, because as you can see, we are now passing the speed limit. And I got very short period of time to actually hit that limit. Did I make it? Yes, I made it. It was just SIFA that tried to scare me off. Okay. Perfect. Let's carry on at 80. Okay, that's SIFA once more. We got 450 meters, so I can start slowing down. I hope I can stop at the right point. It really takes a while before you get used to stopping in those trains. Let me just pull into correct position. Okay, we are a few seconds late. Okay, we can now unlock the doors. We are slightly late, but well, it's not a big deal. It's our first journey, so I guess we can be forgiven. Passengers are now loading. Okay, the doors are locked. And we can carry on. You can notice that I basically haven't used the reverser. I immediately began to use cruise control, which is also a good method to start and control your speed. Obviously, it takes some practice to operate, but as soon as you get it right, it is really helpful. Right, that was SIFA. I can basically now speed up to 160. And we should reach Eschweiler. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Really, really soon. It's just 6.2 kilometers away. Oh, that's SIFA again. Okay, I do actually hope that we are not speeding too much. We still got 2 minutes to get there. We are 5 kilometers away. Oh, that is SIFA once more. 4.5 kilometers away. Okay, that's another talent too that is passing next to us. I think the next speed limit should be 60. And now start to slow down. I will slow down to 80. Hopefully that's not too soon. Yeah, that might have been too soon. SIFA. Oh. Okay. It is in fact 60, so I will slow down right now. We will carry on at that speed for next 2 kilometers. The next speed limit will be 120. There's SIFA again. Yeah, I will be a little bit delayed, mostly because I started to slow down a little bit too soon. But let's fear not. We will reach our destination really soon. Okay, and the speed limit is now 60. It's better to confirm a few times instead of not confirm at all. Yeah, we are now delayed. We got 1 kilometer to go. The speed limit on the main route is now 120. Oh, that is SIFA again. Yeah, we will be 1 minute late. Not ideal. Not sure if German railways are known from being very, very strict on time. But definitely, well, I will be 1 minute late. Probably, if you are watching this episode shortly after it was released, you might have heard that recently there was a huge incident on Japanese railways where the train got delayed by exactly 1 minute. And as it turns out, investigation have shown that the driver of one of their bullet trains decided to go to the toilet. And apparently, while he did that while driving, the train got delayed. And because the train got delayed by exactly 1 minute, he got fired for that. Which is hilarious. But that shows that there are railways that are very, very strict on time. And it turns out, yeah, it was a huge disaster to have 1 minute delay. Which is absolutely hilarious. I hope that German railways are not as strict on that matter. Okay, the doors are now closed. Stolberg is our next destination. I will carry on with speed of 60. We are delayed quite heavily. Okay, as soon as I go through the tunnel, I should be able to speed up to 120, which is the speed limit of this particular bit of the track. So let's speed up. I got 2.8 kilometers to go. Oh, the next speed limit will be 110, so I might as well set my speed to that. We should soon reach the speed board. Yeah, there we go. That's 110. I got 1.5 kilometers to go. That is Sifa again. I will now start braking. In order to stop at the right location. Yeah, the brakes on that train are not that great. I still need to get to feel them. Yeah, we still got 30 meters. Okay, let's open the doors. Yeah, again we are 1 minute late, but that's just because I've been trying to get a feel of the brakes. Not a big deal. It takes some practice to actually stop at the right location and at the right time. But we will get there. I promise. We will get there at some point. Okay, the doors are now closing. Eilendorf is our next destination. This is a pass-through station, basically, so we can immediately crack on 210 kilometers per hour. Oh, in fact, I've set it a little bit too high. Okay, we got 4.3 kilometers to go. Sifa. There we go. We got another talent slowly pulling into the station. And for now we can relax. Oh, there we go. It's Sifa again. For now, things are looking very good. Two and a half kilometers. We are getting there. Again, it's Sifa. Signals are all green, which is good. Less than 2 kilometers. I need to be prepared to stop. At 1 kilometer mark, I will begin to slow down. Okay, this is another pass-through station. So no junctions, no speed limits. Okay, we are doing just over 60 on this approach. Let's try and stop at the right moment. Okay. Stopping accuracy is not perfect. I'm not sure, but I might have been speeding a little bit. Because we are way ahead of time. Yeah, we are basically 1 minute ahead of time. Oh my goodness me. Right. Ha! Same as the last time when I stopped. You probably remember that screenshot. I'm sure you do. I will take another one. But basically, you should remember this. Doors are now closing. There we go. We still have to wait a bit. Let's jump back into our cabin. We can basically now begin to roll. It's gonna take a while before the brakes will release. Ahenrod RD. Okay, at 12:37. Can immediately set the speed limit to 110. So that was the last speed limit I've noticed. And hopefully this haven't changed. I need to pay more attention to the signs. That's SIFA. There we go. For now, things are looking good. I can't see if there are any speed limit signs. Thankfully, the next stop is very close. Oh. Okay. I don't really have to slow down. I'm still ahead of time. So I may just let the train roll. I'm 1 kilometer away from my destination. There's another speed limit sign. Is it? Oh no, that limits the speed to 100 kilometers per hour. I am still doing below that. Yeah. Okay, 80 meters. Got 10 seconds to stop. Okay, just slightly late. Ten seconds. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, and here's the tricky part. As you may see, just in front of me, there is a green blinking light with approaching speed limit of 70. So my best choice in that case is to not exceed that speed from the get-go. Okay, you with me? I'm now locking the doors. And I have to also remember that at this point I will also have to immediately acknowledge that I've noticed that speed limit. Okay, speed limit is acknowledged. I'm in 100 km per hour speed limit zone. However, since I've acknowledged a new speed limit, I'm not gonna exceed 70, because there is no need to do so. I can just carry on at this speed. I still got enough time to eventually stop. I can start slowing down later. And this is just a confirmation of same speed limit. I will reconfirm it just to make sure, and there is another speed limit that is lower, that is 40. So I will now slow down to 40. And I'm gonna need another confirmation here. Okay. We are now approaching our final stop at Aachen. Okay. That's 40 kilometers per hour. That is SIFA. We are pretty much at the right time. All we have to do is to make this stop. Let's slowly crawl into that signal. I can't go past it. And as you can see, the stopping marker is very close. Okay. I can now unlock doors. I am pretty much in perfect position right now. I can set the reverser to neutral, or actually set the throttle to neutral. And all I have to do is to load the passengers. Okay, perfect. Now I have to wait until 12:41 and 30 seconds. Not sure if I have to shut the doors or not. Probably I won't have to. And the scenario should soon end. And we will be able to see our scores. Stopping accuracy was absolutely terrible. And there we go. Thank you for completing this run. Let's see how you performed. I'm sure it wasn't perfect run, definitely, but it wasn't bad, especially that I've been using PZB, which I'm not super familiar with. As you can see, we went a little bit below speed limit, and yeah, no medal this time. Ooh, we didn't deserve that, definitely. I've been going slightly below speed limit. Not ideal, but not bad. As you can see from the graph, we've been doing quite good, but stopping accuracy is something that definitely had a huge impact on our scores. So if I will improve that, and eventually if I will slightly improve my timing, I should be able to reach that gold medal. It's very easy to lose points on Schnellfahrstrecke Köln, but definitely we will get there at some point. And obviously, well, PZB is something that I need to practice with. As you can see, I started to slow down really soon in here, and that caused us to actually lose a lot of time. Normally, we would probably slow down slightly later. In here, again, I started to slow down really soon. I still managed to make that on time. That was the first two stops. Yeah, that was the first stop, Langwerhe. Then Enschweiler, Stolberg, Eilendorf, Aachen-Rot, and finally Aachen HBF. So you can see that stop accuracy is something I need to work on. If I will drop that to below 4 meters, I will get that score into the right place. It's much easier to stop at the right spot when you are operating with all those stopping markers and when you don't worry about SIFA and other stuff. But with SIFA and PZB, definitely it gets a little bit trickier. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, well, leave the video a like and subscribe if you want to get informed about my upcoming and new content. Visit my Discord server and don't forget to turn on the bell after you subscribe as well. It will all keep you informed. Well, I hope you will have a great day and I hope to catch you next time. Bye bye.